You have something scheduled in your calendar, something important, and just when you're about to start, you get this idea. Why not step out for a coffee first? Or why not just finish that YouTube video you were watching? Or continue listening to the podcast you were listening to in the morning. I've been there. We all have been there. The task is right there, waiting. But starting, that's the hard part. How many hours have I lost to this? Knowing what I should do, then watching YouTube for just 5 minutes that turns into an hour. The task still undone, the day slipping away. That's where Cold Turkey MicroManager comes in. I've been using it for about 2 months now, and I definitely find it very useful. Let me first tell you about this 5-minute trick that MicroManager helps with. I learned this technique from Max Sparky's Productivity Field Guide. Honestly, the best productivity guide out there. He calls it the 5 minutes trick, but in my case, I do it for 15 minutes. The idea is simple. When you really have to do something and your mind is not cooperating, you don't fight the resistance. You negotiate with it. Sure, the weather is great and I'll go for that coffee, but first, I'm going to give this task 15 minutes. You're giving yourself permission to quit guilt-free. You just have to give the task 15 minutes first. And this is what I have noticed. 9 out of 10 times, those 15 minutes turn into 50 minutes. That's where MicroManager comes in. It's the launch pad that takes you off the ground. And this is how I use MicroManager. When I know I need to work but my mind is not cooperating, here's what I do. I open MicroManager and schedule a 15-minute timer. During those 15 minutes, I whitelist only what I need. My writing app, my notes app, everything else is blocked. Here's the magic. You're setting those 15 minutes with intent and they mostly become 40 to 45 minutes. Once I'm settled in, the resistance melts away and before I know it, the task is done. It's not about forcing yourself to work for hours. It's about lowering the barrier to starting. Just 15 minutes, that's all. MicroManager removes the friction of starting. When you know you can only access your work apps for the next 15 minutes, there's no internal debate. You just start. And starting is 90% of the battle. Full disclosure, I've only been using this for about 2 months, and there's a lot in this app I haven't explored yet. Features like Pomodoro timers, allowance settings, scheduling options. But just this 15-minute timer, it's worth so much. The app costs only $20. Even if you use it for just a week, it has paid for itself many times over. If you watched my previous video on Cold Turkey, you know I use that blocker to block distracting apps and websites continuously or on schedule. But MicroManager is different. It's not about blocking forever. It's about those temporary focused bursts. Think of it as tactical blocking versus strategic blocking. Cold Turkey says you can't access these sites during work hours or whatever schedule you might have set. MicroManager says for the next 15 minutes, this is all you can get. Both are powerful, but both serve different purposes. My final thoughts, like I've said in my Cold Turkey video, there's no magic bullet. All of us have to continue working towards self-mastery. But these little apps can sometimes be very, very helpful. Give MicroManager a try if you struggle with sticking to your calendar or starting a task that is in your calendar. I think it really shines with that use case. And just start with a 15-minute timer. You'll be surprised what those 15 minutes can turn into. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.